Here we go. Welcome in, everyone. If you notice, we have a new loading screen, a new waiting screen. I gotta add some music to it, though. Gotta add some music to it. That way I can be a couple minutes late. We got a cool waiting screen. How's everybody doing tonight? We're back after being banned again. We, of course, will tell that story first before we jump into the episode. So, yeah. But first, how is everybody doing tonight? We got a good show for you tonight planned. It's gonna be a good one. Where's everybody tuning in from? We like to start the show with that. Where's everybody tuning in from? Let me know as everybody filters in for the show tonight. Yeah, I know. I need to ask Ian how he does that with his thumbnail and his waiting screen. Super good. Houston, Oklahoma, Texas. Where's my Oregon people at? Boston. I can't do a Boston accent, unfortunately. Wisconsin. I got a bunch of family there. Spent a lot of time in Muskego. Where else we at? Australia. We love to see that. Hell yeah, everybody. Very cool. Australia. A lot of Australia here tonight. A lot of Florida, Arizona. Tuning in from Iran. Excuse me. I'm not sure you guys have any internet right now. Okay. I get a tonic drink tonight. No alcohol tonight. I'm going to give my kidneys a break, you know? We've been live streaming so hard. Okay, great. Good to know. Very cool. All right, we're going to start. What are we talking about today? Okay, we're going to be covering a little bit of what went on today. Obviously, more service members killed. We're going to talk about, we're going to show all the people with the worst takes on the Iran conflict. You can probably guess who those people are, and all the people with the best takes as well. We're going to see what the Trump administration, all of the little goons in the Trump administration have been saying. Then we got a lot of interesting stuff with the Democrats tonight. A lot of Democrats supporting the war. Yikes. I'm froze. How did I freeze? Am I good? I got to figure out, it's something when I'm like changing my browsers. I don't know what's going on with the new computer. The internet's fine today. Looks great. Yeah, it's something to do with when I switch the browsers. My StreamYard is freezing screen for some reason. We'll figure it out in one of these streams. We got to let me bring this out. Pull this back up. Oh, that's not what we want. We want that one. All right. That is what we want. Okay. We starting off with some funny comedy stuff. It's related to what's going on, but you guys get some laughs. We're going to take a little trip down memory lane. That's what we'll talk about why they keep banning me here before we start. We take a little trip down memory lane and look at the Trump administration before they took power and their comments on the Iran war, because it's exactly the opposite. We're live on both channels today, YouTube and Rumble. I got my second screen up here. I got a towel over it because it's a little bit doesn't look like looks like we're just getting started on Rumble over there. As you can see in the pinned comment, we have the other platform we're going to be streaming on. I would highly suggest that you guys, if you like my streams, follow me over there, because we will most likely not be live streaming on this platform a whole lot longer. The reason for that is they keep deleting my live streams and flagging me for firearms guidelines violations, which is pretty bizarre, considering the last episode we didn't do any firearms content or even show ballistics. No firearms, but yet they deleted the episode, pulled it down, banned me for 24 hours, denied my appeal, and said, yes, I violated firearms guidelines without showing a firearm on the screen. So, yeah. Obviously, it's just getting too risky to be over here. How's my tooth? Yeah, I had a root canal yesterday. It's not great. It's kind of pretty shitty today, actually. But yeah, so anyway, we're going to do about half the show here, and then we will move over to the other platform. Because again, I mean, they're just pretty soon they're just going to ban my account. So yeah, it's not great. So make sure you follow us over there if you like the live streams. Okay. Because again, I don't know how long we're going to be doing them here for. Just because, you know, it is what it is. I literally just, I'm too much of a problem over here, I guess, even though my content's pretty mild. Pretty mild. So anyway, that's what happened. No reasoning beyond that. Just violated firearms content in a live stream where I didn't show any firearms. So, yep. It's in the pinned comment, okay? Pinned comment. It's already up and going on Rumble. If you want to head over there later, we're going to move the entire stream over there in a bit because, well, we got a lot of controversial shit to talk about, don't we? But the first half of the show will be pretty good. Okay. So, let's start off with some with some fun. This meme. Got a couple memes, got a couple clips that are hilarious to start with before we get serious and talk about the serious stuff going on in the world. Okay, so first, I saw this meme and I thought, man, this is perfect for the channel. Absolutely perfect for the channel, which is, yes, this is American politics right here. It's a circular diagram where you have Democrats win on vibes, fail to deliver. GOP wins on backlash, fails to deliver. And the cycle of failure between both Democrats and Republicans carries on in perpetuity forever. I mean, it's pretty accurate. Another one, not so much funny, but what is the appetite for this conflict? It's looking like about 20% of America approves, which is actually higher than I would expect. But yeah, it's not even close. This is the most politically unpopular conflict that's America has ever had. It's not even close. And yeah, we're going to talk about that. I got the perfect, guys, I have the perfect group of people I think we should send. You know who I think we should send? This is who I think we should send. Doesn't that look like the squad right there? Suit them up, boys. Suit them up and ship them out. Add Barron to that list. And we're going to be crushing. I mean, yeah, if you want to call for, the United States sons and daughters to go die in a forever war, I think they should all have to go fight too. Don't you guys think so? I think that squad would do a great job. Puff Like Jesus says, no, that's not a thing. I do have a second monitor up with the live stream on Rumble as well, so I can actually monitor the super chats over there, guys. So if you want to send chats over on Rumble, you're good to go there too, and I have them here as well. Okay, so don't worry if you're on Rumble, we're good to go. I can see it here. I finally got all my shit together. Almost. Okay. Let's get back to some hilarious shit, huh? Let's do this one. And that is, of course, how could we not? Tim Dillon pretty much nails how all of us in America, for the most part, feel about this.
I don't give a fuck about Iran either. Sorry.
Oh, let me restart. I don't think that was the start. Here we go. Oh, maybe it was.
I don't give a fuck about Iran either. Sorry. Throw them out if you don't like them. It has nothing to do with me. And the fact that the idea that I have to give a flying fuck, you should be standing with Iran. Shut the fuck up. Will you shut the fuck up? If they want to throw the bums who run Iran out, throw them the fuck out. But the idea that the United States of America, when people can't afford houses and they can't afford health care, spends all its fucking time talking about the Middle East and fucking Arabs and Jews and religion and the fucking temple and slaughtering the heifer and Iran and Sunnis and Shiites. Get what the fuck is going on? Truly. What the fuck is going on? That we're told, well, is Iran Sunni or Shia? What is happening? Okay? Our own country is being destroyed.
Yep.
And it's going down the toilet. I don't give a fuck about Iran.
I mean, it's a great point. Yeah, we don't need to be in the fucking Middle East. Like, get the fuck out. We need to get the fuck out and focus on our own goddamn country. Like, I'm not pro-Iran. I'm not pro-Israel. I'm pro-neither. I'm pro-America, and let's not spend fucking trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars fighting some random fucking war. Nobody wants it. It's just, you know, it's getting insane. Like, we don't care as Americans. Our economy is in the fucking toilet. The labor market is dead. Right? We got 100,000 people a year dying from fentanyl overdoses. We got hundreds of thousands of homeless veterans on the street. And all this administration can fucking shove down our throats is Iran and Israel. Like, we don't care. Stop spending our goddamn money on this. You know? It's insane, dude. Yeah. Have you seen the Dow? Have you seen the Dow? It's crazy, right? Like, what are we doing? It's not 2003 anymore. You know? Like, we don't need to do this. We've learned. Middle East ain't a problem if we just leave them the fuck alone. But we can't do it, right? But I wanted to take a trip down memory lane. Let's take a trip down memory lane, guys. Yes. A lot of memory lane. It's going to be very confusing for you guys when you watch this. It's going to be very confusing for you guys when you watch these clips because they don't make sense in 2026.
These globalists want to squander all of America's strength, blood, and treasure, chasing monsters and phantoms overseas. In addition, there must also be a complete commitment to dismantling the entire globalist neocon establishment that is perpetually dragging us into endless wars, pretending to fight for freedom and democracy abroad.
We should have never gone into the Middle East. Under my leadership, we will turn the page forever. One of those foolish, stupid days of never-ending wars.
We're rebuilding our military stronger than ever before, and we are not going to deplete it again on stupid, senseless, endless wars.
Wow.
World War III has never been closer than it is right now. We need to clean house of all of the warmongers.
Whoever edited this, you got to get your audio balanced here. I'm having to do it myself. But anyway,
and America last globalist and the deep state. I am the president who delivers peace.
I was the first president in decades who didn't start a war.
And the worst, most incompetent, most corrupt president in history is going to drag us into World War III. And this horrible, horrible president is dragging us toward World War III. We're going to be in World War III soon.
Because I think we would have been good with Iran. I don't want to do anything bad to Iran.
Large sections of the Middle East. I mean, look at the death and destruction that's taken place. And none of this would have happened if I were president.
Our opponents join with warmongers and neocons to...
Okay, it literally goes forever, guys. It goes forever because that's how he talked for 7 years straight. So like MAGA, hey, yo, remember that guy? Isn't that what you voted for? Was that guy? I don't understand the, yeah, we're over on Rumble too, guys. We're splitting the audience right now. It's okay. I don't, what happened? What happened to that guy? He ran on that for 8 years. And, here's another one. You can't make it up.
War in Iraq, we spent $2 trillion, thousands of lives. We don't even have it. Iran is taking over Iraq with the second largest oil reserves in the world. Obviously, it was a mistake.
So
George Bush made a mistake. We can make mistakes, but that one was a beauty. We should have never been in Iraq. We have destabilized the Middle East.
But so you still think he should be impeached?
I think it's my turn, isn't it?
You do whatever you want. You call it whatever you want. I want to tell you, they lied.
Okay.
They said there were weapons of mass destruction. There were none, and they knew there were none. There were no weapons of mass destruction.
All right.
Huh. Man. 2016 just feels different, doesn't it? Feels different. Times have changed. Times have changed, ladies and gentlemen. But don't worry. There's plenty of other people that also used to have a little bit different opinions on the Iran conflict, didn't they? Oh, here's the vice president.
But America's interest is sometimes going to be distinct. Like sometimes we're going to have overlapping interests, and sometimes we're going to have distinct interests. And our interest, I think, very much is in not going to war with Iran. Right?
Huh.
It would be huge distraction of resources. It would be massively expensive to our country. But America's interest is.
Now, imagine that. J.D. Vance. It is not in America's interest to go to war with Iran. No way. And somebody just mentioned Charlie as well. Why don't we do that? Because that's queued up as well. What did Charlie think? Yeah, Charlie. What'd you think about this, bud?
We are just going to take out the Ayatollah. Oh, really? What comes next? What comes after regime change? Might be, oh, well, we need a small number of U.S. troops to support the new regime. We have seen this play before. Regime change, you have no idea how this is going to work out. You have no idea. We are just going to take.
Wow. Isn't that crazy how everybody sounds like me a year and a half ago before the election? Why does all MAGA sound like Nate sounds now? Where's the shift? I'm getting attacked nonstop for my takes. I'm pretty sure I've got my current take is what your take was a year and a half ago. What happened? No, I got the root canal yesterday. You root canal yesterday, so we're doing okay. But isn't that odd? What happened to all these people? Well, not Charlie, obviously. Charlie didn't budge. We know that. Charlie held on to that to that stance all the way to the end. Okay, real quick, I'm going to pop over here. Oh wait, let's see if this does what I think it's going to do. Oh, here, I'm balancing some stuff right now, guys. Let me try this out. It's probably frozen there for a sec. Sorry. Okay, we're gonna hit the Rumble super chats as we get them. Tooth pain, good from Coop Wins. Thank you, brother. Kitty Von Meow says, "America first. I'm with you, brother. Let's take care of ourselves instead of sucking." Well, we'll be able to say that later next time. Yes, absolutely. Okay, who else? Oh, that's right. Who's this? Who is this? Tulsi Gabbard. Let's see what she has to say.
Here are the steps that Donald Trump has taken to create a war with Iran. First, he tore up the Iran nuclear agreement.
I am announcing today that the United States will withdraw from the Iran nuclear deal.
Second, he has escalated crippling sanctions against Iran.
The sanctions kicking in at midnight Sunday target Iran's oil exports, banking, and chip, even though UN inspectors say Iran is still complying with the nuclear
The
deal.
United States will pursue additional sanctions, tougher than ever before.
Third, he designated Iran's military as a terrorist organization.
Secretary of State Mike Pompeo has announced that the U.S. is designating the Iranian Revolutionary Guard as a terror group.
Today, the United States is continuing to build its maximum pressure campaign against the Iranian regime. I'm announcing our intent to designate the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, including its Quds Force, as a foreign terrorist organization.
With this terror designation, the U.S. can sanction pretty much anybody who talks to or deals with or has any business whatsoever with the IRGC.
And fourth, he continues to deploy more and more U.S. troops to the region.
Just moments ago, the Pentagon authorized an additional 1,000 American troops to the Middle East in response to growing concerns over Iran.
The Trump administration announced yesterday that a U.S. aircraft carrier.
So, what happened, Tulsi? What happened? Where you at? Where you at, girl? Where's Tulsi at, guys? I don't see her out in the media denouncing this war, denouncing Trump. I don't see her. She seems utterly silent, doesn't she? It's funny how that works. Same as JD Vance, just utterly silent. Yeah. It's interesting how that works, huh? Ladies and gentlemen. It's interesting how this whole thing works. Yeah. Okay. Jesus. Let's talk about what we're going to talk about. All right. Just for the start of things. Yes, if you haven't seen this or seen my video today, unfortunately, we are now up to 6 dead service members in 3 days. So, and with an air campaign, I want to remind people of this. We are up to 6 dead service members with an air campaign. Not boots on the ground, not actual war with infantry and everything involved. Just air campaign, already 6 dead. 3 U.S. fighter jets, 3 F-15s, shot down. Pretty much all of our bases in the UAE, Kuwait, and Saudi Arabia are completely destroyed. And we are now fleeing those bases. The U.S. military is leaving those bases, abandoning our embassies and consulates all over the region because it's so dangerous and they're being overrun. That's what's actually going on. For I know Fox News is going to not mention any of that. And yes, I would assume based off what I've seen, it's probably a lot higher than that. We just haven't seen the numbers yet actually roll in. All right, we got some cucks in here. We got a MAGA cuck here. Take your meds, bro. This guy supports the Iran war. An absolute little cuck, sits in the coattail corner chair. Absolutely does. Watches his significant other get railed out by dudes more masculine than him. That's unfortunate for you. But that's the guy we're talking about. Now, 6 dead service members. They've been returned home. Guess who didn't show up to greet them? Anybody from the Trump administration. No SecDef, no vice president, no president. Just by themselves. Yep. Just couldn't give a fuck less. And we know they don't care because, of course, this is what Trump said. This is a clip from my buddy Jimmy Watson.
3 U.S. military service members have been killed in action. As one nation, we grieve for the true American, even as we continue the righteous mission for which they gave their lives. And sadly, there will likely be more. Before it ends, that's the way it is.
It's cool to see Ayatollah and his homies get whacked on national TV. But let me ask you a question. What happens when Trump gets out of office and he sends troops over to Iran? Are young men to some far-off foreign distant land to die for a cause that they don't even know what the cause is?
Yep.
Just like Iraq, just like Afghanistan, no exit strategy, Sun Tzu, Art of War.
Yep.
A general without an exit strategy has already lost the battle.
That's a great quote, and that is 1,000% true. They have no plan, and I'll show you that they have no plan here in a minute.
What happens then? The pendulum's going to swing. Bush sends us to Iraq and Afghanistan. Biden and Obama come in to clean it up with prosecuting us for war crimes. You see how this works? And that's just a little bitty small piece of the terribleness to come. I'm just documenting this for my own sanity for when it all goes really, really bad.
3.
Yep. Navy SEAL, fellow special operator, Navy SEAL, one of my buddies, Jimmy Watson. As you can see, there are some cuck veterans out there, unfortunately, sad to say, who are simping for Trump and this war. Not very many. It's very, very few. But the vast majority of us, obviously, we're not buying this one. Not buying this one fucking whatsoever. But what did Hegseth have to say? Something amazing, I'm sure. He got asked about boots on the ground.
Are there currently any American boots on the ground in Iran?
No, but we're not going to go into the exercise of what we will or will not do.
What? What happened? I thought that's what you guys do. Remember Whiskey Leaks? Remember Signalgate? That's kind of your thing, big dog. Giving up classified information? Okay.
I think it's one of those fallacies for a long time that this department or presidents or others should tell the American people this, and our enemies, by the way, here's exactly what we'll do. Here's exactly how long we'll go. Here's exactly how far we'll go. Here's what we're willing to do and not do. It's foolishness.
It is.
And so President Trump ensures that our enemies understand we'll go as far as we need to go. to advance American interests.
So boots on the ground is what he's saying. The question was, will you put boots on the ground? He said Trump will go as far as we need to go.
But we're not dumb about it. You don't have to roll 200,000 people in there and stay for 20 years. We've proven that you can achieve objectives that advance American interests without being foolish about it. Now,
this administration hasn't proved that at all yet. And I can show you that. Why don't you take a look at this picture, guys? This is the Situation Room from the night the war kicked off. What do you see here? What is that? That's Susie Wiles with an Apple Watch on in a insanely top secret classified briefing room. Anybody who was ever in the military that knows what a skiff is will tell you if you were just like any other random soldier, you'd probably lose your security clearance and get kicked out of the military had you brought an Apple Watch into the skiff for a top secret briefing. But not the Trump administration. They do whatever the fuck they want. Who cares? Who cares if we are at Mar-a-Lago and Susie Wiles has got an Apple Watch that's probably hacked by, I don't know, Iran and Russia and China already just in the Situation Room? Nothing to see there. The OPSEC administration, right? But, and here's how we know that they have no plan. We know they have no plan. And that's because, let me restart this. Listen to Lindsey Graham. He even says it. We have no plan. Here it is.
The plan for the future of Iran? The future of Iran is going to be determined by the Iranian people. The new Iran, whatever it is, whether it's a cleric or a representative democracy. Is there a plan to make sure that happens, Senator? Is there a plan? Does the president have a plan to guarantee that happens? No, it's not his job or my job to do this. How many times do I have to tell you?
Yeah, see? Does the president have a plan for what's going to happen? And he says, no, it's not the president or my job. It's Iran. That's Iran's problem. Iran needs to figure it out. What? So what are we doing? What is the objectives here? Why are we at war? Does anyone know? It's not because of nuclear weapons, because again, Donald Trump said we completely obliterated all of their nuclear capabilities. What are we doing? What is the objective to this war? No one knows. Nobody can figure it out, guys. Well, we know, but they can't give any bullshit excuse. They can't give a single bullshit excuse or reason. There's nothing. They keep saying, well, we have strong objectives, and if those objectives are going to get met because Donald Trump is the best communicator there is. And it's like, what are the objectives? We're just bombing them? Just to bomb them? Because again, I thought, what is it? Is the objective regime change? Because you can't change the regime with an air campaign. That's never happened ever in any country. Like never, not in the 35 times we've done it in Latin America. You at least need to get the CIA on the ground, maybe Green Berets, right? Build up an insurgency, overthrow the government that way. You can't just drop bombs on buildings and go for 2 weeks and go, yep, we did it. We did it. What are we doing? No one knows and no one can tell you. You know? Let's keep moving. It's getting wild out here.
They really do think that we are all nincompoops.
I certainly empathize with Americans who are exhausted after 25 years of foreign entanglements in the Middle East. I understand the concern, but the difference is that back then we had dumb presidents, and now we have a president who actually knows how to accomplish America's national security objectives. So,
JD Vance, congratulations. You will never be president because you've signed your name alongside the dotted line to this disaster. Well done, buddy.
this is not going to be some long drawn out thing.
Yeah, that's right. Everybody else was real dumb, and they are the only smart ones. To the point that this Iran thing isn't going to be some drawn out thing. Remember when we celebrated victory in Iraq in 2003?
Yep,
we all
6
know
weeks.
how that turned out. Not good. Right now, Trump is saying that there will likely be more U.S. deaths as Iran strikes continue until all goals achieved.
See that? All goals achieved. They can't tell us what they haven't said what the goals are. There's not a single goal. There's not a single strategic objective. It's nothing. It's just It's wild out here, guys. Wild out here. Let's hit let's see if that. Let's see. I didn't miss that. Why are these supposed to stack over on Rumble? Sorry, I'm still figuring this out, guys. Still figuring it out. Okay, we're gonna hit these Rumble supers before they fall off. The YouTube ones, guys, are stored for me. We don't have to worry about that. So I want to make sure I get these while they're still here. Thirsty Salt says, has anyone thought about the fact that Kuwait's anti-aircraft systems are American-made and have lots of safeguards against targeting American jets? Yeah, we probably shot them down on purpose ourselves because that's how false flags work. Saw the Dow says, made the Rumble just for you. For some reason, I couldn't send supers on YouTube. Well, thank you, brother. Thank you. Coopwin says, did you hear Seth say that we attacked Iran to spark Armageddon and bring Jesus back for the rapture? I didn't see that. God, I hope he didn't actually say that. Desert Storm Vet says, keeping our deployed brothers and sisters. My prayers. Great show. Nate, go Max. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Okay. Back on over here. Okay. We're going to hit a couple YouTube supers as well before we jump into... Oh, we're not in the next section yet. We're not in the next section yet. We got to talk about how much fucking money we're spending on this shit. It's obnoxious. Here's Marco Rubio talking about this. I don't know how he's saying this like he thinks it's a good thing.
They are producing, by some estimates, over 100 of these missiles a month. Compare that to the 6 or 7 interceptors that can be built a month. They can build 100 of these a month, not to mention the thousands of one-way attack drones that they also have.
Yes, they can. And James Lee broke down the numbers to how much this costs us and how much it costs Iran. And it's going to make you gag as a taxpayer because we've already spent $10 billion just trying to knock down missiles just for our greatest ally.
This is a video of Iran firing one missile towards Israel at a cost of $250,000, and America firing 11 Patriot missiles to help Israel intercept it, costing us $44 million. Now, according to reports, Iran has launched over 100 to 150 missiles towards Israel just in the last 2 days alone, which, according to my math, $44 million times 150, that's like $7 billion already spent defending Israel. Meanwhile, this is what the streets of America look like.
$7 billion in the first 3 days, just with the Patriot missile battery systems. That's $2 billion more than the border wall that we were supposed to build 9 years ago. You know how expensive this war is going to be looking at those numbers? And again, Iran's ballistic missile costs $250,000 and China's supplying them. They have an infinite amount, basically. So it costs Iran basically nothing as a country with 100 million people, $250,000 for a ballistic missile. They can make millions of those. It's just crazy. It's absolutely crazy, guys. And we got Trump just came out and said this yesterday. We haven't even started hitting them hard. He says the big wave hasn't even happened. The big one is coming soon. So is Donald Trump going to just nuke Tehran? Is that what he's like talking about? What do you mean the big one? The big one is coming? We're just about to say fuck it and just send it? I don't know. Here's another one from Trump. It says large-scale combat operations in Iran will only last 4 to 5 weeks. 4 to 5 weeks. What are we going to accomplish in 4 weeks? Again, what is the strategic intent? We're going to bomb them for 4 weeks and then just call it good? Nothing changes. The regime stays in power. We killed the Islamic Shia Pope and that's it. We pissed off the entire Muslim world and then we're just going to bounce and be like, well, we did it. We did it. Yay. What are we doing? Somebody tell me, chat, somebody tell me what we're doing. No one can answer. But you can't make this up. We are not a serious nation. If you haven't seen this, prepare to... Melania Trump is leading the UN Security Council. I can't make this up.
The Rule 39 of the Council's Provisional Rules of Procedure, I invite Ms. Rosemary DiCarlo, Undersecretary General of Political and Peace-Building Affairs, to participate in this meeting. It is so.
This is real, by the way. I know you're going to think this is AI. This is real. Think about this. I want you to think about this. Look behind her. Who's that? That's Green Beret Colonel Mike Waltz. You don't think Green Beret Colonel Mike Waltz might have been a better choice to lead the UN Security Council than Melania Trump? I don't know. Just saying.
Decided. The Security Council will now begin its consideration of item 2 of the agenda. I now give the floor to Ms. Rosemary DiCarlo.
Excuse me, guys. I don't know what we're doing, guys. That's real. That's going on right now, as of like yesterday. So again, we're just saying fuck it. We're out here, fuck it, dude. It worked for Erica Kirk. Yeah, Erica Kirk, CEO. Why not throw Melania in as the head of the UN? Fuck it, dude. Right? Who cares? Nothing serious anymore, right? Why not? Fuck it. Throw Melania in there. She'll be fine. What? What's her class? What's her, like, at least, I mean, Erica Kirk at least is, you know, I assume he got some type of experience in something. Yeah, that's just, it's wild, guys. Okay, let me hit some super chats. You guys are already, they're flying in already. Okay, we'll hit some super chats and we'll keep moving. Next, what do we got next? Next, we have the worst fucking takes ever from MAGA and the Trump administration. And then we'll do the best takes after that. But first, we'll hit a couple of these first. Dustin says, Dustin Foster says, be prepared for this admin to sacrifice a ship during escort operations to try to galvanize support for boots on the ground in Iran. Could be carrier with defense ships escorting or escort ships themselves. Yeah, I think we're probably going to see some type of massive false flag that justifies boots on the ground. I think that's probably in the game plan. Potentially around like week 3 to 4 would be some type of thing I would see probably happen then. I think that's a pretty good assumption. Mark says, Nate, glad to see you back, brother. Praying that, them and the government will let you because they're scared of the truth. It's rough out here, brother. Thank you. Steven, thank you for the super sticker. Karth says, every time I try and access the online store for merch, I get denied. I don't know. All right, where do you live, Karth? We don't ship to a few different countries, but you should be fine. Okay, I can't say that. Respect, brother. Thank you. Oh, Dan on Not the Lions Den's back. Hell yeah. See, I haven't seen you in a while, bro. Have you seen gas prices? Yeah, they're skyrocketing, at least here in Oregon. Pennsylvania, hell yeah. Thanks for doing what you do. Thank you, John. Matt Walsh, for once in a rare foiled one-on-one poll, actually had a pretty base take on the whole Iran war on both Twitter and YouTube. What was it? I'd be love to see that. I mean, again, he's controlled opposition, guys. Remember, he's controlled opposition for Daily Wire to not make them see just strictly the Hasbara talking mouthpiece. So he doesn't actually feel that way. He's allowed to give that controlled opposition take every once in a while. But be understanding that that's what he's there for. Johnny says, I know the world's on fire, but come on, guys, we're forgetting about the Dow. Oh, the Dow's doing terribly. Last time I checked, it was like near 48,000. Uh-oh. He actually pivoted from Delta soldiers to curtains. Pim, trust the plan, bro. Yeah. Stay the course. All right, a couple more. We're jumping back in. America just has to remember we're, my family owns seven Chevron gas stations. Gas prices are up $1 from last month. Yeah. It's over $1 here in Oregon. It's about $1.20 more than it was 4 days ago. Here we go. You two trying to make you wear long sleeves. It'll never happen. It'll never happen, ladies and gentlemen. It will never, ever happen. Okay. Make sure I don't miss these over on Rumble real quick. Just a couple, and then we'll jump back into it. RRDJ says a 20-year GTAC operator. I agree that we should let our greatest ally be the peacekeepers in their space. You and I both know once we sign these papers, we relinquished our rights. Very true. Aragorn says, welcome back, brother. Glad you're on Rumble. Hopefully, yeah. Those guys in our government can't censor you here. Well, they can't over there, but we're still dual streaming right now. So again, make sure it's in the pinned comment. You guys go follow me on the other platform because we will be switching over there shortly, and probably permanently at some point. Because again, it's too dangerous for me over here. Okay, let's look at the worst takes ever. Here we go. Shocker. Scary Larry Jigsaw Loomer. What did she have to say? I've been so vindicated. Every day I'm more vindicated. Now check out what she just said. Keep in mind, she has a press room in the Pentagon. Laura Loomer has a press office, her own office in the Pentagon. And she said, now it's time to round up the Muslims before it's too late. Wow. Could you imagine if someone said that about the Jewish people? Could you imagine how fast she would have been canceled? How fast she would have been debanked, deplatformed? Seems like there's two different two different worlds we live in, huh? I'm not sure how you can get away with that as someone that, again, has a press office in the Pentagon. Here's one that's probably the most disappointing out of all of them. We're going to look at a couple clips here. Representative Anna Polina Luna says the Iranian regime tried to assassinate President Trump when, and he was still willing to offer them a peace deal. Okay, here we go.
For over 40 years, the Iranian government and regime has been responsible for the deaths of thousands upon thousands of Americans, not to mention state-sponsored terrorism. And so did the president do the right thing? Has he been consistent in this? Absolutely.
Can you just tell me really quickly, where have they killed thousands of Americans in America?
I didn't say they killed thousands of Americans in America. I said that they have been responsible for thousands of Americans being killed.
I would just ask the same thing. Where? Who are these thousands of Americans that Iran's killed? As a global war on terror veteran that fought the war, I'm not aware of basically any soldiers that were killed by Iran. Now, there was Iranian technology through things like shape charges that were in Iraq, yes, but I'm not aware of this. This is news to me.
And I think that that's easily something that you can verify. I don't know, state-sponsored terrorism.
Did you hear what she said? I don't know. I don't know. State-sponsored terrorism somewhere. It's not. And again, I like Anna. Anna's been on my show. I like Anna a lot, and I just don't understand. I don't get it. Like, that ain't it. First of all, that's complete bullshit. That's not true. And Jack from our buddy Jack from Black Scout Survival ripped this apart. This was his take on this. Same clip.
The United States launched a war against Iran right now. Iran retaliated, in which American members. Strikes.
See, that's called semantics. It's using wordplay. It's the way lawyers do and politicians do. Oh, it's not a war. It's targeted strikes. Listen, if you got targeted strikes in American boundaries, you would be saying we're at war.
Yep.
That's what you'd be saying. But because we're doing it somewhere else now, it's not war, it's targeted strikes. Okay, semantics. It's like a punch in the eye, but I'm not fighting you. I just punch in the eye.
States.
Yep. Bingo. Targeted strikes. Even though we just literally killed the Ayatollah. You don't think that's considered being at war? If any other country attacked the United States and killed our leader, like bombed the White House and killed our leader, would we not say that we were at war with that country? We probably would, to Jack's point. To Jack's point, we most certainly would. And again, you can't make this up, guys. It's all the same people. Every time. It's the same, and it's the exact same people defending the Epstein clients. It's the exact same group of people. Here's Bongino.
Decades of unfinished business solved by this president. Well, the problem of the Iranian Ayatollahs, that problem's been solved because they're dead. However, there are some problems that are ongoing. But you may be asking fairly enough, okay, well, why now? Why engage in this decapitation exercise for the entire upper-level hierarchy of the Iranian debt to America leadership? Why now?
Just received a list of some of the early...
Well, we don't need to listen to Dan's reason for why now. I can tell you why now. Why now? Because we need a distraction from the fact that the president and all his buddies are fucking PDFs. It's not more complicated than that. That is the only answer. It is the only answer that makes sense. Why now? Because the Epstein files. That's it. Full stop. You don't need to do mental gymnastics. That's because who's talking about the files now? Besides guys like me that are still talking about it. Nobody else, not the mainstream media, right? It's already all covered up. Are we going to get those other 3 million documents? Probably not now because you're distracted. Well, you guys aren't distracted, but the rest of the country's distracted. It's exactly what the goal was. Some other horrible takes from, again, the same group of people. This is probably one of the, and of course, Tatum posts it like it's a good take. This is one of the dumbest takes I've ever seen, and I'll explain how fucking stupid this guy is for what he says here in just a second.
Is going to have some impact on the economy of China because that's where they get their oil from Iran. And what we did in Venezuela, what we did in China, and what we did in Iran has as much to do with China, I think, as anything. I also want to say, may God rest the souls of those troops, but they died in a noble cause.
Wow.
And as Buddy said, 47 years, Americans are dead, the largest state sponsor of terrorism in the world. I totally disagree with you about the threat not being imminent. I spoke to very senior administration officials yesterday.
Okay, I can't listen to that anymore. But what did he say there? And this is what MAGA is saying. Oh, well, it's going to hurt China's economy, not ours. Hey, dumb fuck. I know you don't know how global markets work because you're a fucking idiot, but let me explain to you how global markets work, because we actually explained this on our episode that got pulled down on what was that, Friday, exactly why shutting down the Strait of Hormuz is such a big deal to the global economy, including our own country. Scott Jennings apparently doesn't realize, guys, where is the vast majority of American manufacturing carried out? Maybe Scott might want to think about that. Where's all the shit made for American businesses? Oh, that's right. In China and Vietnam and Bangladesh, all of the countries that get all of their oil out of the Strait of Hormuz. And so what's that going to do to all the American businesses that manufacture in Asia? They are going to have all of their prices skyrocketed as well, which directly affects the American economy. You fucking idiot. Could you imagine saying that? Well, shutting off China's oil, well, that's going to be bad for their economy, but our economies are directly tied together, dumbass. And so these are the people that are giving Fox News boomers their information. Like, dude, you don't think cutting off the oil to all of Asia is going to have a negative effect on the American economy, where 90% of manufacturing is done for American companies? Okay. Thanks, guy, for that riveting take. There's a lot of riveting takes tonight. And again, Tatum, of course, shares that like it's gospel because he obviously fucking has got an IQ of about 64. Let's get to good takes. Good takes, right? Good takes. There's a lot of good takes out there right now, and it's the same group of people that have all the good takes. Isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? It's always the same people that have the bad takes as have the good takes. Let's check it out.
Fuck JD Vance. Fuck Marco Rubio. Fuck Tulsi Gabbard.
Yup.
Donald Trump has made his bed. Like, this really is it. This game where there's Tucker Carlson and there's the majority of his base and there's Candace Owens and Megyn Kelly and, whatever. Donald Trump chose Mark Levin and Lindsey Graham and Benjamin Netanyahu. The most discredited, evil, laughing stocks on the planet. That's who he chose to go all in with. So he's made his bed. Let him sleep in it. I hope the Republicans lose the midterms this year. They need to. For the country, they need to be and no one from this administration can be supported in 28. Fuck JD Vance. Fuck Marco Rubio. Fuck Tulsi Gabbard. Fucking, she hasn't resigned yet? Fuck Tulsi Gabbard. Dude, the goddamn no war with Iran shirts that she was selling. How much money you make off those shirts, Tulsi? How can you not return that money? Fuck JD Vance.
Yeah.
Fuck Marco Rubio.
All right,
fuck
sorry,
Tulsi
guys.
Gabbard.
Working on something on my other
Donald Trump has made his bed. Like,
computer
this
here.
really is it.
Okay, we got it. Trying to keep up on the Rumble chats as well. These ones aren't pinned. Did we get these already? Oh, yeah, we got these already. Okay, sorry, guys. I'm making sure I don't miss anything. Okay, I think we're good. Yep, we're good. Cool. Okay. All right, let's keep it moving. That's a good take. Wow. You know who's had all of the good takes on this? And while we never know what to expect from him, Nick Fuentes. Nick Fuentes is fucking on fire. Not only is he on fire, but I found this clip. This clip is going ultra viral. He called this shit in 2023, I believe, to the T. I mean, it doesn't get any better than this.
Israel benefits from the attack by Hamas because now they get to solve the Gaza question finally.
This was right after October 7th.
Now they get to go in and kill them all and ethnically cleanse this region. In doing so, they know they're provoking and basically an unavoidable retaliation. There's an unavoidable reciprocal attack by these Iranian militias against Israel. And all that does is give Israel an excuse to do what they always wanted to do, which is to bomb Iran's centrifuges, which is their nuclear program. And if they do that, then Iran is in a war with Israel. And then they draw the United States into a war with Iran. And they get the crown jewel, what they always wanted, which is an end to the regime in Syria and an end to the regime in Iran.
Yeah.
And that seems to be the big play that Israel is making. So consider the following. Israel had an intelligence failure. Oops. Number one surveillance superpower in the world. It's your neighbor. Oops, we didn't know that Hamas was going to.
I can't even talk about this one. I can't even show this one because we know what's going to happen. But yeah, I mean, he nailed it. It's long. He nailed it to the T in 2023, like exactly what was going to happen to the T. A couple more from old Nicky boy that, again, like him, love him, hate him. He's on point when it comes to what's going on in Iran for sure.
I am not voting for the vice president and the secretary of state that brought us to war in Iran. I won't do it.
Yeah, buddy.
In 2016, I voted for Trump at 18 years old because Trump said the war in Iraq was a mistake. He said Rubio was a puppet of the Adelsons, and Vance voted for Evan McMullin, a CIA spook picked by Bill Kristol. I'm now going to vote for that ticket. I'm going to vote for the Rubio-Vance ticket that brought us to war in Iran. Over my dead body, I would rather die than vote for that. I am not voting.
I mean, there it is. Let's take a look. Not from Megyn Kelly, by the way. I don't expect to get a good take ever out of her mouth, but from Marjorie here.
At least JD has worked to stop this, but he's lost.
Hold on, I think I got to reset this. This is completely not true, which Megyn just said, by the way, but we'll talk about that.
I'm sure behind the scenes, at least JD has worked to stop this, but he's lost. I mean, that's
gotta say
what's
it.
obvious now is any detractor. The same way Tucker went in and tried to talk Trump out of this, and he lost and admitted, the Mark Levins of the world have won.
Yep.
I mean, Mark Levin and Lindsey Graham, forgive me, spent the entire weekend with a massive heart on. There's just no, you could see it in the commentary. They were thrilled. They were gleeful. I mean, they were just overly excited at the fact that we were now risking American troops' lives for Israel. And what does Lindsey Graham do to go out there and like quell anybody's concerns that that's what we're doing? You know, he just keeps doubling down and doubling down. And now he's mentioning Cuba. Hold on. Do we have
Yep.
that? Yes. Here's
We're talking
here
about
he is
that
on FNC Sunday night. This is SOT 16.
Is President Trump finished the job that President Reagan failed to do? I am a big admirer of Ronald Reagan, but I'm here to tell you that Donald Trump, in my opinion, is the gold standard for Republicans.
So, hey, I want you all to listen to that. MAGA, listen. Lindsey Graham is letting you know Donald Trump is the gold standard for Republicans, according to Lindsey Graham. That is your base. That is your camp. Do not forget it.
Maybe any president, and when it comes to foreign policy. Maduro, everybody talked about him. Well, Donald Trump's got him in jail. Cuba's next. They're going to fall. This
What? Cuba's next?
Communist dictatorship in Cuba, their days are numbered. The Iranian regime, the mothership of international terrorism.
Oh, so what was that? We're gearing up for Cuba? Okay. We haven't even figured this one out. And we're already gearing up for another one? Wow, thanks, Lindsay. But again, yeah, I mean, that's the party. Now, let's go back to what Megyn Kelly and Marjorie were saying. They're saying, well, J.D. Vance is anti-war and he got outvoted. No, he didn't. It turns out not only did J.D. Vance not get outvoted, J.D. Vance, he voted no because he thought that the plan the tax weren't going to be big enough. JD wanted more. He wanted probably boots on the ground. JD was resistant because he wanted bigger attacks than the Trump administration was even planning for. So it says here, yes. JD Vance reportedly urged Trump to go for a large-scale attack to topple Iran's government instead of a smaller strike aimed at forcing negotiations. Says, for his part, Mr. Vance, who appeared to personally lean against military attacks, argued that a limited strike was a mistake. If the United States was going to hit Iran, he told them it should go big and fast. So, no, J.D. Vance is not anti-war. J.D. Vance was the biggest war hawk in the room. He wanted a bigger strike on Iran. And that's why, like, you listen to people like Megyn Kelly, she can't get off the fence, right? She'll bitch and complain about that, but then she'll defend Trump over the Epstein stuff. And you're like, this isn't, or she'll defend J.D. Vance over this. It's like, no, that's not it. You don't get it. You got to get off the table or get off the fence. Excuse me. It's obvious. It's all of them. And, I mean, Marjorie called for it, but they're not going to say shit. Called for Tulsi and J.D. to both come out against the war. They're not going to. They're not going to say shit. Marjorie's the only one saying anything. I love this comment from Marjorie to old Scary Larry. Marjorie says, this bitch is celebrating the death of American military members and thanking their families for their blood sacrifice. Loomer lost 2 congressional races because nobody respected her or valued her enough to elect her. But this is who Trump takes late night calls from and laps up with praise and worship. True. Loomer hated Charlie Kirk because he spoke out against the war with Iran. True. And war with Iran is America last. We voted against it. And, of course, Laura Loomer voted for it twice. Yes, again, that is one of Donald Trump's advisors, Scary Larry Loomer. You can't make that up. It's absolutely insane. We got another good take from, again, the America First side of the aisle. Whoa, no way. You got Tucker. Tucker's take on this whole thing. Let's see what he has to say.
Advocating for years that the U.S. government, on behalf of Israel, kill the Ayatollah Khomeini. They got it. Okay, you got what you wanted. Why are you mad? This is the key to their psychology, and it's a spiritual principle. Bloodlust is never sated, just like any other kind of lust. Nothing is ever enough. You taste it on your tongue and you want more. Killing is the same. But there's a specific psychology at work here, and it's a graceless, anti-human psychology. The second people like this win, they want to kill the people they've vanquished. And so you're seeing this crazed effort to purge anyone in the conservative movement or MAGA who had any...
Like pulling down their live streams and flagging it for violating firearms content when they didn't show any firearms on the stream. Kind of like that.
any doubt about the wisdom of this war. They shouldn't just be silenced and deplatformed. They should be arrested. How long before they should be killed? Not long. That's how quickly these things are moving, because a spirit has been unleashed. This is demonic influence, clearly. War brings people like that to the fore, and it makes them more powerful.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Both sides of the aisle. Isn't that interesting? Okay, we're going to hit some super chats and we're going to jump into Democrats. I got a crazy story, you guys. I made news in a Senate race under the Democrat storylines. This is going to blow your mind. Yes, we are in the news. My channel. I'm officially a problem for some certain people. We're going to talk about that story next. We are in the news, ladies and gentlemen. Valhalla VFT, the bad boy, the old meanie. So I'm going to show you that story, but hit a couple super chats first. After that section, so we're going to do some super chats. We're going to do the next section, and then we are going to be moving it on over to the other platform. 8,000 people in here. So again, guys, pin comment. Make sure you're following us over there because we're only halfway through the show. So if you want to keep watching us, you're going to have to do it over there. But we got about 20 minutes before we do that. So we're in the pin comment, right, guys? Did I pin that already? I don't want to try to find my browser's chat. Is the Rumble channel in the pin comment? Everybody see it? Oh, you don't have to go over there if you don't want to. You just won't watch the rest of the show. That's up to you. But if you do, okay, it is good. If you do want to continue watching the show, then and you like my show, then that's where we're going to be after about 20 minutes from now. Okay, so make sure you don't have to head over there right now necessarily, but make sure you're ready to head over there because once we do it, that's where we're going to be. Okay. Let's hit some of these supers, and then we're going to get into the big story about Nate tonight. Nate and Graham Plattner are in bad boys and are in trouble in the news. You guys are going to like this. All right. Hold on. Yes, Matt Wallace. I need you here. Make sure I don't miss any here. Says lag and freezing is a YouTube issue. Rumble streaming quality is stellar. Interesting. So it's flaring up over there, but not on Rumble. That's good to know. MC says, without saying much, how would you get behind what's going on as a service member? Was there anything you were against while in? No, because while I was active duty, I wasn't political, man. I was mission focused. I was part of Special Forces Regiment. I was deploying, and going to schools and training events and like doing all kinds of stuff. I wasn't worried about what was going on in politics. It's not my job as the service member. My job is to, carry out the will of whatever the military tells me to do. So you can't worry about it while you're in, man. It's something you got to worry about when you're a veteran, in my opinion. Right. And you try to be political in the military, they'll fucking ruin your life and kick you out of the military, by the way. So be smart about that. All right. LC says, have you seen the news reports of people going to vote and find out they no longer registered? No need to cancel elections if people are disenfranchised. Interesting. I didn't know that. I should check for myself. I have not heard about that. Seems like we're doing the bidding of a nation that is equivalent to the boy who cried wolf. Yeah. At what point do we act like town folk and just ignore the cries? And guys, also, all of the super controversial stuff in this episode is in the back half. So we're going to look at strike footage. We're going to look at crazy shit going on, like Israel being blown to smithereens. And all of that portion of the show will be the second half of the show. Okay. This is the PG side of the show. The real show, with all the wild shit that we can actually show is in the second half of the show. Just keep that in mind. That's why you haven't seen anything super crazy yet. All right. General says it's hard to find politicians that actually encourage their kids to join the military. Yeah. There are a couple families that have military tradition. I believe Donald Trump, going back to his great-grandparents or his grandparents, no one on either side of his family or that he's related to served in the U.S. military over, 4 generations, which is actually almost insane. I don't think there's probably nobody in this chat that doesn't have a family member going back to their great-grandparents that didn't serve at some point. It's actually impressive. It's insanely impressive that they pulled that off. But yeah. Lindsey Graham always looking for weapons of ass destruction. Yeah, Grinder Graham, baby. Wayne says YouTube is not the best, but Rumble is like the Sixth Reich with all schizo. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. It's the place that I can talk freely. Like I could go on Kick, but Kick is just as bad as YouTube, if not worse, when it comes to the stuff we talk about. Same as Twitch. Twitch is even worse. They'll ban you faster than YouTube. So if we want to be able to talk about things that we can actually talk about and we don't have to worry about having the channel shut down, that's where you have to do it. Firearms violation, noticing the truth telling. Yep. Georgia says, here is what I'm chipping to go towards Barron's boots. They'll be a nice pair, so bone spurs won't be an issue or an excuse this time. I'm sure you'll give them some good training. Yeah. Yeah. All right, a couple more. U.S. military leaders are telling the troop this is a spiritual war and to be brave. A lot of soldiers are pushing back. Yeah, they are. But, I mean, it is what it is. You can't do much about it when you're active duty. Heard Barron is joining up to the Navy as an anchor on the ship carrier. Sheriff Ford. All right, two more. Your sons and daughters, yeah. Nate, not once ever did any of these actually serve for our country. They hate us. I'm not wrong, but y'all know that. Yep, true. None of them served. All right, one more from Grand Bear. Rock on, brother. You and the fam. Thank you. Okay, let's get into the big story. Yes, this is a real fucking story. Oh, whoops. Let me go back to it. This is going to... You guys are going to lose it. So, yes, me and Graham Plattner is under fire for coming on my channel. And I want to read you guys this hit piece that was written on Graham and I. Are you guys ready for this? Here we go. This is a real thing. Yeah. So, check this out. I wish I could get these ads off here, but I can't. From Jewish Insider, Plattner sat for lengthy interview with anti-Semitic conspiracy theorist, said he was a longtime fan of his show. They're talking about me, by the way. Weeks before Graham Plattner promoted an anti-Semitic conspiracy theorist in a now deleted social media post on Thursday, the controversial Maine Senate candidate appeared on a popular YouTube show. Hey, we're popular, huh? They give me a lot of credit. Whose host has spread specious claims about the Jays in Israel. Ooh, first of all, I don't even talk about the Jays because it's not even a thing. Yes, I do criticize a secular government of a foreign country, huh? Plattner faced blowback this week for boosting a social media comment about a looming war with Iran by Stu Peters, a neo-Nazi influencer who has frequently espoused anti-Semitic tropes and engaged in Holocaust denial. Plattner's team said the post made an error, immediately removed it, learning elevated despicable account. In late January, Plattner sat for a lengthy interview with Nate Kornakia, a retired Green Beret who's also promoted anti-Semitic conspiracy theories. Nothing I promote's a conspiracy theory, by the way. Near the end of their hour-long conversation, Plattner, a military veteran, called himself a longtime fan of my YouTube channel and said it was absolutely pleasure being on the show. Wow. Okay. Kornakia, whose show claims nearly 500,000 subscribers on YouTube, has in recent months helped stoke a burgeoning far-right conspiracy alleging that Israel was involved in the assassination. No, I have not. I am not one of the people who has ever said that. Not once have I made that claim. But this is what they do, don't they? I'm one of the only guys who hasn't talked about who was behind it up until the last episode where we talked about the FBI involvement. Then it says here, 2 days before speaking with Plattner, for instance, Kornakia went on a podcast hosted by Jake Shields. Oh, my God. My friend Jake, oh, no. A former UFC fighter and now prominent H-denier, and pointed out it was described as huge links connecting Israel to Kirk's killing. The biggest one, the way I look at it, is because he's basically so important to the Zionist side, to the young right, sort of that counter Nick Fuentes audience that Israel needs desperately. This is the most true statement fucking ever. This is not a conspiracy. We all agree on this. Everyone knows Charlie was the mouthpiece for MAGA. Charlie said that he was tired of being bullied by his Jewish donors and that look at this. That I said this. Charlie Kirk tweeted this, these are Charlie Kirk's text messages. I said this. They're quoting me like I'm the one that said this. This is what Charlie said. Can't make it up. Charlie Kirk said that he was tired of being bullied by his Jewish donors. Charlie Kirk said that verbatim, and that he no longer could support the pro-Israel cause, and he was dead 48 hours later. That's 100% true. That's 1,000% true. That, like, what are we talking about? How am I the one that's spreading that? You know? Where he also agreed with Shields' assertion that John F. Kennedy had probably been assassinated in a covert venture between the CIA and Mossad. Yes, the released CIA documents show that. These are not my opinions. These are things that are proven. This is the worst. It's like the worst hit piece I've ever seen. It says, in addition, Kornakia has suggested that look at this. In addition, Kornakia, a Green Beret Global War on Terror combat veteran, by the way, who fought this war, has suggested that the Global War on Terror was conducted on behest of our greatest ally. This is all true. Nobody disagrees with this. This is universally agreed upon. And they go on and on and on. But again, dude, it's just amazing that also, check this out. They think this is a hit piece on Graham. Think about this. So Graham Plattner goes on a independent retired Green Berets YouTube channel who is hardcore anti-MAGA. Graham Plattner's running as a Democrat. Do you think Graham Plattner's supporters are going to be offended that he went on a show with an anti-MAGA guy? Probably not. They're probably not going to be real upset with that, considering my own audience is got a ton of left-wing and independents. It's silly, guys. It's silly stuff, isn't it? Isn't that crazy? We made it, boys. We're affecting Senate races over here. My YouTube channel is affecting Senate races, apparently. Could you imagine writing that article? Oh no, oy vey. Oh God, dude. Oh, it's so obnoxious, guys. So obnoxious. Okay. All right, we're good. All right, we got one over on Rumble. I want to make sure we grab this super chat before I miss it, and then we're going to keep moving. MC Moat says, with the big $20 donut, thank you very much. I could use some good news. What you got? Good news. Good news. Let's see if we can figure out some good news. Let's see if we can figure out some good news. All right, you might find some of this good news, depending on what you believe in. So we're talking about Democrats, right? Steve Bannon, not happy, as you can see here. MAGA is panicking. And as he says, as Texas goes, so does the nation. Yes, Democrats are outvoting Republicans in early voting for the March 3rd primary by 132,000 voters. Wow. That's the midterms. The midterms, Texas is all blue. That's Texas. Think about how bad the midterms are going to be if that's what Texas looks like right now. It's not looking good. All right, let's talk about who's running for president. All right. Gavin Newsom, early favorite in 2028. Here's some of the other big names that are talking about jumping in. You got Newsom, Booty Juice, Harris, AOC, Shapiro, Pritzker. Wow. 6 of 6 for our greatest ally, huh? She's the one that's a little bit, maybe. And as you see the polling here between them, Gavin leading at 20%, Booty Juice at 16, Harris at 13 is insane. That's crazy. AOC at 9, Shapiro at 7, Bashar 5, Pritzker at 3, Whitmer at 2, 24% undecided. Woof. Now, let's talk about Gavin. All right. He came out with some a lot of political suicide bait, Gavin. Let's see what he had to say.
Service members died today, and Donald Trump spent more time talking about his ballroom than he did about the loss of those lives. Review the tape. Spend more time talking about the curtains and his ballroom than he did the 4 service members that died because of his operation.
His operation, huh, Gavin? Well, that's interesting, as Gavin Newsom, the reptile that he is letting you know, he's so distraught by these service members that have been killed by Trump's operation. But what did you say, Gavin, 3 days ago? Gavin Newsom. Okay? It seems like you're on the right track. But as it says here, the corrupt and repressive Iranian regime must never have nuclear weapons. The leadership of Iran must go. And then he says, but that doesn't justify. Okay, dude. As this unfolds, California stands with its Iranian American community in our state, recognizing they have many friends and loved ones who have fought bravely to chart their future and end decades of state violence. Yes, Gavin Newsom is calling for supporting regime change in Iran. There you go. Who else? A lot of Democrats. John Fetterman, committed Democrat here. I'm a hard no. My vote is on Operation Epic Fury. Fetterman voted no to push forward the war powers vote. Yes, to make Congress have the ability to stop Donald Trump. He voted no on that as a Democrat senator. Big yikes from old Fet Dog there on that one, huh? Oh, hold on, guys. Why is this? Oh, here we go. Also from the State of the Union, the only time the Democrats stood and cheered for Donald Trump for anything that he said. Oh, let me pull. Oh, why didn't that pull over? Oh, there we go.
They've already developed missiles that can threaten Europe and our bases overseas, and they're working to build missiles that will soon reach the United States of America. After Midnight Hammer, they were warned to make no future attempts to rebuild their weapons program, and in particular, nuclear weapons. Yet they continue, starting it all over. We wiped it out, and they want to start all over again, and are at this moment again pursuing their sinister ambitions. We are in negotiations with them. They want to make a deal, but we haven't heard those secret words. We will never have a nuclear weapon. My preference.
Here we go. There they go. The Democrats are standing. Wow.
Some terrible.
The only thing all night, Democrats didn't stand for the Medal of Honor recipient ceremonies, but they stood for saying that Iran can never have nuclear weapons. The Uniparty, ladies and gentlemen. The Uniparty, there it is, right? Yeah, we can see it. Here's some from more from AOC. AOC claimed this week that Republicans are radicalizing young men by pushing them towards masculinity, and this is the problem with the big problem with the Democrat Party, and why the Democrat Party I would never, probably ever be a Democrat is because they have insane shit like this going on. No, sorry, the problem in America is not the abundance of masculinity. Very clearly, why don't we look at the MAGA movement? The problem in America is the lack of traditional masculinity in this country. Let's look at the MAGA movement. Who are their superstars? Ben Shapiro, Michael Knowles, Matt Walsh. Like, go down the line. Like, none of those dudes have a masculine bone in their body. And it's a big problem. They're the problems in the movement. And so, no. The problem is for young men is not masculinity. The problem for young men right now is lack of masculinity. The Democrat Party's got to get away from that. Like the Democrat Party trying to shit on young men, you got to get away from that, or you're never, ever going to have the support of, a lot of people that you need it from. That's got to go. It's a horrible take by her. Okay. You got Kamala Harris, when asked about running for president, said, I might.
I haven't decided.
You're still thinking about it.
I might.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's what I've been saying. That's what I closed the book and I'm like, oh, she wants to. She's just thinking about it. If that was my impression. I don't know if that's what you intended, but that was my impression. Will you run again?
I haven't decided.
Could you imagine Kamala running again? Holy shit. Oh, God. I want to do a poll, but it's hard because I know, majority of our, not majority, but well, actually, yeah, majority of our audience is either conservatives or independents. But let's for everybody can do one like this. Best case scenario. You got to choose. It's going to be rough. Everybody can vote. Everybody can, because again, if it's going to be a president, it's everybody's president. All right. So we're going to do the choices here. 4 choices. Who were the top polling ones? Newsom, Kamala. Who was? Oh, Booty Juice. Booty Juice was pretty high. All right. Let's. This is a rough poll. This is a rough poll for everybody. It's again, best case scenario. Doesn't mean it's going to be good, because I think all 4 of these candidates are horrible. But just saying, you got to decide. You got to pick one. And again, best case scenario doesn't mean it's good, just means best case. All right. While you guys are doing that, let's look at some others. Okay. Old Hakeem Jeffries. I believe he's taken like $8 million from AIPAC. He's also received $25,000 from Palantir. Yes. Hakeem. Oh, no, he rejected it. No, excuse me. No, wait. What was this? I thought he took it. Why does it say? No. He took the money. I don't know why it says reject. Oh, they're telling Hakeem Jeffries to reject the Palantir money. This is the, okay. This is the flyer telling him to. Yeah, he did take the money. So Hakeem Jeffries now takes all his money from AIPAC and Palantir as Democrat. That's Blue MAGA, guys. Blue MAGA, one of the heads of Blue MAGA. Old Hakeem Jeffries. Now we'll close some of these out, keep everything moving a little bit quicker. And I want to pull up Track AIPAC and just see where he's at. Pretty sure he's one of the highest of any politician. Let's see here. Oh, yeah, dude. Oh, yeah. He's the big dog in the space. Look at that. $5.5 million. He's destroying everybody. You got Richie Torres, who's up there. These are New York. But yeah, he's way more than almost everybody at $5.5 million. Woof, baby. Hakeem ain't messing around out here, ladies and gentlemen. He's taking that. He's taking that cash. He's not worried about much. All right, and then the final one for Dems today. If you didn't see this, that's because of all the crazy distractions. Let's see what old Billy Boy had to say about his ties to Big E.
I had no idea of the crimes Epstein was committing. No matter how many photos they show of me, I have 2 things that at the end of the day matter far more than any interpretation of 20-year-old photos. I know what I saw, and more importantly, what I didn't see. And I know what I did, and more importantly, what I didn't do. I saw nothing and I did nothing wrong. As someone who grew up in a home with domestic violence, not only would I not have flown on his plane if I had any inkling of what he was doing, I would have turned him in myself and led the call for justice for his crimes, not the sweetheart deal that we got. But even with 20/20 hindsight, I saw nothing that ever gave me real pause.
What?
We're only here today because Epstein hid it from everyone so well for so long. And by the time it came to light with his 2008 guilty plea, I had long stopped associating with him. First, I had no idea of the crimes Epstein was.
Okay. He says Epstein was hiding it so well. It's like, bro, we've seen the files. It's all of you. You were all in on it, dude. He's just. But what was his reasoning? Trust me, bro. Just trust me, bro. I swear I never did anything. I never did anything wrong on the 27. What was it? 27 times that he took took a jet to the island. 27 times. He never saw anything, huh? Okay. Oh my God, dude, these people. They don't even care, man. Like, fuck it. He's just like, fuck it. Yeah, I'll just say I didn't do shit. What's gonna happen? Nothing's gonna happen, you know? All right, couple supers over on Rumble here real quick. And then we're gonna do a couple supers here, and then we're gonna move over. All right, Maximus says, I commented a couple times on your last YouTube video. Please do a biopic on Green Beret James Bo Gritz. He has an amazing presidential campaign speech. Okay, I can look into that. Sounds interesting. Coopwin says, this is not the Jays. True, however, it's all orthodox. Tyler Averia has shown that. Yeah, and they banned him from a bunch of his social media channels. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? We'll read the rest of that once I get over there. Yeah. Okay. What do we got? What do we got next? Oh, we have the economy next. We can do one more. We can do one more section, and then we're going to get into the spicy stuff. We're getting into the spicy stuff here. This is kicking off the spicy. Little preview to what we're going to be doing over there. I love this. This is a real photo, by the way. I love this. I love the caption. You can tell he's about to catch a fly with a lick of his tongue. Just looking like a bullfrog, dude. Looking like a giant toad. Oh my God. Anyway, that's going to kick off our next section once we get past the economy. Okay. A couple super chats, then we'll do the economy. Then we're moving over. So we still got a little bit of time for you to migrate. Okay. Holy shit, guys. All right. Let's see, where was I at? Here we go. Steve says our greatest ally has Trump by the balls with some video of him doing horrible things. It's the only thing that makes sense. Nothing else makes sense at this point. Literally nothing else makes sense. Happy Mindset says it's like we allowed the fentanyl ferrets to run the city, to run the country. Yeah. Steve, Trump has the cognition of a concussed goldfish. Jesus. Where's Racket says our biggest problem is we had advertised all our moves and Iran had ample time to hunker down, hit back. You know who sucks, we're paying the cost for it. Turkey, the plan next. Yeah, they already announced. Our greatest ally already announced that's who they're targeting next once this is done. So they're never going to stop. Never going to stop. All right, Cody says, crazy fact, domes even of iron can fail. At least there's some good in all this self-created hell. Yeah, the Iron Dome is failing. We're gonna look at the actual footage, combat footage of that later. History doesn't repeat itself, but it rhymes. Yeah, very true. Bowen apparently needs those bone spurs to flare up, baby. Yeah. Have you checked out the World Monitor website? I have not. All right, two more. Oh, Baze, what's up, Baze? Baze said, "Sorry I didn't call you back, buddy. It's been a long day. I'll get back to you here soon." I was just about to say, Tulsi, great minds think alike. Don't forget Kamala's 60-minute interview where she called Iran our biggest threat. Yeah, it's the same. It's all the uniparty, man. This was always going to be shoved down our throats. God bless you, buddy. Yep. Either way, we would have got this one. We would have got this one either way for sure. What happened is the Gulf states donated $400 million plane and bought his family's crypto coin. Money talks, net worth increased by $3 billion. That's all true. Pablo Escobar used to say, you can take Pablo's silver or you can take Pablo's bullets. Wow. BB has told Trump and Stain that he can take Edison shekels or yeah. Okay, let's hit the economy. It's going to be short. This will take us about 5 minutes. We'll do 1-2 super chats, and then we are heading over to the Safe platform, guys. So again, links in the pinned comment. If you want to follow us over there for the show, we already got about 3,000 people over there, as well as the 6,000 in here. So don't miss the rest of the show. It's going to be good. So all our spiciest shit is on the backside. Okay. Wait, is this the economy? Oh, no, this is not the economy. There's the economy. Okay. So let's talk about a few things. Breaking as of last week, 2 weeks ago, December. This is December reports. The U.S. lost 70,000 manufacturing jobs last year in the wake of Trump's tariffs. Now, that doesn't make sense. Remember what Trump said? What Trump said about the tariffs? Tariffs are going to bring back American manufacturing. Remember? That's what he said. That's the whole point of tariffs, is to make companies come back and increase manufacturing here in America. So why are we losing nearly hundreds of thousands of manufacturing jobs? Shouldn't we have gained hundreds of thousands of manufacturing jobs? I'm just confused. It's almost like we explained this multiple times on the show that no, tariffs do not bring back manufacturing to the United States. They just it just makes American companies move from China to Bangladesh or from China to Vietnam. It does nothing except for tax you, the taxpayer. You, the taxpayer, pay those, as we already know. All right. Then we got, yes, the the trade deficit from 2024 to 2025 didn't change at all. In fact, it went down. What did it go down? What would that be? $200 million. So basically what happened, we paid extra for everything, us, the consumer, and now the entire world hates us because of the tariffs that we imposed. So it turns out the tariffs also did nothing to help the trade deficit either. Let's listen to Howard Lutnick, I believe, try to explain how tariffs work.
Bananas. Americans, by the way, love bananas. We buy billions of them a year. I love bananas. What's the tariff on bananas?
The tariff on bananas would be representative of the countries that produce them.
And what's that tariff?
Generally 10%.
Correct, 10%. Walmart has already increased the cost of bananas by 8%.
As countries do deals with us, that will go to zero. As countries do deals with us, that will go to zero.
The cost is on the American consumer now and on the businesses with the confusion now.
Very true. Yes, they put a 10% tariff on bananas, and Walmart raised their price of bananas almost 10%. Because corporations are not footing the bill. They are passing it on to the consumer every single time. Every time. Also, the housing market, not looking good. I'm not going to play the clip because it's from a movie. We might get copyright strike. But yes, the Google searches for can't sell my house have just hit all-time highs. That is very, very reminiscent of the 2008 financial crisis. Yeah, when people can't sell their homes, that's not good. And here's another one from a little Michael Burry joke here. It said, just in, Americans are defaulting on debt at a crisis level pace as well. Yes, all the economic markers of a great economy, which is nobody can sell their home, and Americans are defaulting on debt at a record pace. That's very good. That's very good for the economy, guys. Very, very good for the economy. Very, very good for the economy. You guys know this guy, Grant Cardone? Grant Cardone. He had a great take this week. He said, billionaires should be rewarded, not penalized. He said, yes, we shouldn't be penalizing billionaires. We should be rewarding them. You're a billionaire in America. You've already hit the fucking lottery of being a human being. What do you mean you need to be rewarded? Rewarded what? You pay the lowest tax rate in the country. You're worth billions of dollars. What do you mean reward you for what? Being a billionaire? Isn't that already the word? The reward is being a billionaire in the United States. What more reward do these motherfuckers want? What more do you want, Grant? Jesus Christ, dude. Yeah. How entitled can you get? That's fucking crazy. Also, economy being hit by the war. Yeah. Amazon's data center just got absolutely smoked in the UAE. So Amazon Web Services has confirmed that a data center in UAE was struck by objects. Well, we know, ballistic missiles. So we got that going. And then one more on the economy. Don't worry. Even though things are going are up in flames and absolute chaos, let's see what Donald Trump's doing. What's he selling?
It's President Donald J. Trump, and it's Trump time. Check out this red beauty. It's one of my new watches. Wear it proudly on your wrist, and everyone will know exactly what it's for,
there we go,
for, who it represents. It's really going to be something special. It's for your favorite president. Get your watch today at gettrumpwatches.com. Please make a great gift. It's Trump time.
Okay. So, war with Iran, but Donald Trump is doing watch commercials for his own website. It's like the guy that doesn't take the, what is it, $400,000 a month salary from president, but is selling, selling steaks and perfumes and colognes and Trump watches, and I don't know what some of the other ones were. Trump. What was the other ones I saw the other day? He's selling everything. Excuse me. Absolutely crazy. Okay, so it's going to be that time of the night for all 5,500 of you who are here on YouTube. If you want to continue watching the show, again, the link to where we're going to be is in the pinned comment. Just click over there. It'll take you straight to the stream. You don't got to sign up. You should sign up and follow me, though. It would be nice. You don't got to follow, or you don't got to sign up or nothing. All you got to do is click over, change to the other platform, and we'll do the fun part of this show, okay? So I'll give you all, I'm going to give it 90 seconds. This is where I'm going to take a little pee break, refill my water, and let you guys get over there, all right? So as soon as I come back, I see you guys over there. As soon as I come back, the link is in the pinned comment, guys. Link is in the pinned comment. I'll put it one more time in here in the chat. All right. I don't know why that didn't. Oh, I got to put it not in the StreamYard. Stand by. Let me put it over here. Pin comment, or, yeah, it's already in the pin comment, guys. All you got to do, open up the message side of the screen. Just click on the link. It'll take you straight there. And I posted it one more time. All right, head over there. I'll be back in 90 seconds. And then we are literally shutting it down here. Okay, so head on over there for the second part of the show, everybody. Stand by. All right. Oh, also, anybody who left a super chat on YouTube, don't worry. I have them stored on my StreamYard. We will read those off as well over there. So just migrate over for us. So we got about 4,000 people over there. Still have 4,000 people over here. So, all right. You guys got about link's not working? Yeah, it is. I can click on it. It takes me over there. All right. So you got about 30 seconds, a couple super chats, then we're shutting it down. All right. 2 more supers, and then we are shutting her down and moving over. So you got 1 minute, last countdown. And yes, I do. That's just objectively true. Wood chipper PDF quartering by horses for war criminal leaders who are traitors to our Constitution. Be nice, huh? All right, and then Dee Mao says, where's my phone at? What the hell did I do with my phone? I'm losing my mind. What the hell? Might have to go grab my phone here, guys. Not sure what I did with it. I need to make a text here real quick. All right, one more. All right, Puppy Paws. Thank you for the big dono from Australia. Meanwhile, China is studying all U.S. weaponry in real time, learning how to defeat them and letting them deplete their defensive and offensive options for another country. Popcorn sales in China at all-time highs. No doubt. Okay, one sec, guys. I think I left my phone out there. I'm gonna grab it real quick. Gotta make a quick text. Stand by. Oh, here it is. It's on the ground. It's on the ground. Jesus. Dropped it somehow. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, everybody on YouTube, last chance, 10 seconds. Move on over. Otherwise, we will catch y'all next time I see you. All right, here we go. And we are out of here, ladies and gentlemen.